Welcome back to the Digital Ledger channel, everybody. We have some fantastic news. I got to give a huge shout out to Matthew Lini on Twitter. If you're not following him at Matthew Liny, you should be. Shout out to him for this information. This article just came out. First American Trust, FSB, selects Volante Technologies, U.S. Fedwire as a service in the cloud. Now let's listen to this. Bank replaces its legacy wire transfer system with Volante's U.S. Fedwire as a service in the cloud to modernize its payment processing infrastructure. Now we're going to take a look at some other information that has been along the lines of cloud-based services from non-financial institutions in just 1 second. You're going to like this. Volante Technologies, a global provider of payment solutions to accelerate digital transformation, today announced that the First American Trust, FSB, has selected Volante's U.S. Fedwire as a service. First American Trust, FSB, offers banking solutions for the escrow and real estate industries. Volante's service, running on Microsoft Azure, will replace the bank's legacy Fedwire processing solution and modernize its payments processing infrastructure. By automating wire processing with Volante's Fedwire as a service in the cloud, the bank will benefit from resilient, reliable, and scalable payments technology. They will be able to smoothly handle increasing wire volumes and ensure that their customers' wires are never missed, duplicated, or delayed. In the future, First American Trust, FSB, will also be able to easily extend the service to other currently available payment types such as ACH, Clearinghouse RTP, and SWIFT cross-border payments. The service's native ISO 20022 messaging and 24/7, 365 operational capabilities also ensure that the bank will be ready to make the most of the Federal Reserve's upcoming enhancements to the U.S. payment system, including the FedNow real-time payment system. Robert Lawson, Senior Vice President, Strategic Initiatives at First Bank Trust, FSB, said, "We are looking for a partner that could help us meet our strategic goals by providing a service-based payments processing capability that would create greater efficiencies within the bank and enable a superior experience for our clients." Volante's payment as a service in the cloud meets our business requirements, supports our growth, and ensures that we'll be able to quickly roll out new payment services in the future, Lawson continued. Vijay, CEO of Volante Technology, said Volante's Fedwire as a service provider's end-to-end processing of wires from corporate initiation through to clearing and settlement. The direct connectivity to the Fed by deploying service in the cloud, we are offering banks rapid implementation and time to value with the same reliability and speed taken for granted in consumer payments. The cloud-based active architecture and industry first delivers unparalleled availability, ensuring First American Trust will be able to focus on growing their business without any limitations on scale or resiliency. Ed Fandre, the Vice President of Financial Services, Microsoft Corp, said many banks are experiencing significant growth in Fedwire volumes and electronic payment volumes overall. Legacy systems and services cannot manage this growth, and cloud-based payment processing services are an ideal resolution. With cloud-first approaches becoming the norm for payment processing, Microsoft Azure is an ideal fit. Okay. So, Volante Technology is a global provider of technology and software. And if you don't know, they're working with Ripple. Now, here's where we get to Matthew Lini. Matthew Lini shared this information with me this morning and everyone else. First American Trust selects Volante Technologies U.S. Fedwire as a service in the cloud. Banks replace its legacy wire transfer system with Volante's U.S. Fedwire as a service in the cloud to modernize its payment processing infrastructure. You want to see what the infrastructure looks like? Well, Matthew Lini shows it to us. Look at this. Sender Bank A. Payment generation, fee, and FX rate quote confirmation. Confirms FX rates, fees, make payment via Ripple. Payment settled on Ripple. Volante Ripple Processor Module. Payment Transformation API Handling. Ripple Connect. Fees and FX Rate Quote. Ripple Payment Sent. Confirmation Payment Sent. Right? Ripple Connect. And the receiver of Bank B. This is pretty remarkable. Let's just walk through these steps really quickly. A payment from Bank A to Bank B is created in payment application. Payment is routed to Volante Volpay Ripple Processor Module. Volante's Ripple Processor Module receives payment in Step 2 from application and according to business rule initiates Ripple payment process. The Volante Ripple Processor Module also manages all the required API calls and payment messaging transformation to the required format for Ripple. Via Ripple cross-currency interface, Ripple Connect, the Volante Ripple Processor Module manages the receipt and acceptance rejection of fees and FX rate quote. 4. Once rate and fees approved, the Volante Ripple Processor Module initiates the Ripple payment process. Ripple confirms payment to beneficiary bank. And 5. Settlement is completed with Ripple ledger balances updated for both sender and receiver bank, and a notification of funds transferring to beneficiary is confirmed back at Bank A, all within 3 seconds. This is remarkable. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Now, here's another article that confirms the Volante news here as well from Finextra. And I want to take you to the notion that this is cloud-based services from non-financial banks. Last year, I covered this. This is from Lexology, the systemic importance of cloud-based service providers to banks. This is from last September of 2019. U.S. lawmakers urge FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which is a regulatory body connected directly to the U.S. Treasury, to designate cloud-based storage system used by major banks as systemically important financial market utilities. I have been saying this for quite some time. I believe RippleNet, the ILP, and potentially the ledger can be deemed systemically important financial market utilities, and certainly RippleNet and what they've developed there. Let's read a little further. In August 2019, the letter addressed Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin in his capacity as chair as the Financial Stability Oversight Council, Congresswoman Katie Porter and Congresswoman Nydia Velazquez urged Secretary Mnuchin to designate the 3 leading cloud-based storage systems used by banks: Amazon Web Services, working with us, Microsoft Azure, working with us in Volante, and Google Cloud, working with us, Google Ventures, as systemically important financial market utilities. This designation would subject such cloud-based storage systems to supervision and regulation of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, citing Title 8 of the Dodd-Frank Act, which we have talked about extensively here on this channel, which was enacted to promote stability in the financial system. The Congresswomen highlighted the dependence on cloud services by banks and financial institutions for their data needs and subsequent risks such services pose to safety and stability of the financial system. FSOC considers 4 factors when analyzing the appropriateness of a SIFMU designation. The aggregate monetary value of transactions processed by the financial market utility, and there is a lot. The aggregate exposure of the financial market utility to its counterparties, which is a lot. The relationship interdependencies of other interactions of the FMU with other FMUs or payment clearing or settlement activities, which is enormous as well. The effect that the failure of a disruption to the FMU would have on critical markets, financial institutions, or the broader financial system. The answer is a lot. So this is remarkable because honestly, I'm showing you here how long this conversation has been going on about major cloud-based services. We know Microsoft Azure is tied in deeply here to this particular article when we're talking about what Matthew Linai has found and shared with us this morning First American Trust, FSB, selects Volante's U.S. Fedwire as a service. And interestingly enough, we can see that that service is definitely tied in to Ripple backend to complete that service. Now, I got to tell you something. Shout out to Matthew Linai and all the major researchers out here in this community that stay up on these things. It takes a village. It really, really does take a village. But this is the kind of fundamental news that I want to hear, because it also falls in line with the narrative of the legislature and the regulatory entities that have been having these conversations for at least a year. At least a year, if not longer. And this is just what we know, right? All right, so that's going to do it for me for now. Until then, this is pretty good news on the day. Guys, make sure if you like the channel, hit the like and subscribe. And let's grow this channel, the Digital Ledger channel. We're always going to have fresh content, never duplicate. And it will cover even broader news in the crypto space as it grows. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.